It's been a while since we had some fresh blood. This time, probably one of the best Castlevania games of this style, I think. But I haven't, you know, I haven't played it in years. This is one of the few that I haven't replayed. There we go. Music skipped a bit. Anyway, I played Dawn of Sorrow on stream. This is the first game. This is Aria of Sorrow. Dawn is the sequel to this. The year is 2035, Japan. Crowds of spectators are gathered around in anticipation of the first full solar eclipse of the 21st century. My name is Soma Cruz. I'm a high school student, exchange student studying abroad in Japan. I live near Hakuba Shrine, ancient shrine with strong ties to Japanese mythology. Nina Hakuba, the only daughter of the shrine's caretaker, is both my classmate and childhood friend. I started making my way to the shrine to see the solar eclipse with Mina. Some strange reason, the web leading to the shrine felt longer than usual. If something was trying to keep us from our destination, when I finally managed to get through the shrine gate, my senses began to dim? Yeah. The pitch black sun is holding chaotic darkness together, trying to rouse a sleeping soul, as if it's looking for a... God damn it. So it's a Game Boy Advance game. 2003. I remember loving this game, and I felt like this was the best Castlevania Game Boy game. I liked Circle of the Moon, I liked Harmony of Dissonance. We'll talk about those games a bit. Shit. We you know, we can't just skip ahead and then wake up half dead on the ground. I just didn't want to go through the intro again, but here it is. So here, while this is happening, Vinny, the pixels are uneven. That's a BizHawk thing. I can't actually get it to the proper window size at the moment. It's kind of frustrating. So yeah, the first game, one of the launch games on the GBA was Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which was a very dark game. And that was more... It was difficult. It's one of the first Castlevanias after Symphony of the Night. And it was good, it was very difficult. And I felt like the lack of weapons, and you could collect cards in that game and use them for like magic. But I really... I don't know, I was more a fan of Symphony, so when we got to Circle of the Moon, I wasn't too happy. I liked it, I beat it. Great, we didn't miss anything. Fuck. Circle of the Moon was good, but it wasn't more of Symphony, which is at the time what I wanted. And then Harmony of Dissonance comes out, and it was... I don't know, I felt like that was even more restrictive. Like there was less ties to Symphony with that one, and then this one comes around, and it's exactly what I wanted. Now before we do anything, let me see if I can fix the crusty pixels. Hang on. I don't know if I can fix this. I'm probably gonna have to ask Nary, because I'm using RTC for this. So the music doesn't skip. I mean my legit GBA that's overclocked. Oh, looks like he's coming too. Where am I? Whoa, what happened? Also, you'll notice the art style is totally different between this game and the next game. When I streamed Dawn of Sorrow, there was a lot of discussion about how the style became anime, and in this one it's just more like what they did with Symphony. Well, it's like this. Huh? An enemy? Not just an enemy. Them enemy. Damn, protect the girl! Yeah, go back to where you came from! What was that thing? So, it is awakened. You have the power to absorb the abilities of the monsters you kill. Why? Why would I have that power? You have gained the power, now you must go to the Master's Chamber. Right? So, you know, that's a setup for a Castlevania game. You've got power. You've got boost power! Listen, I don't remember this game enough to know what I'm gonna do. Like, in terms of 100% playthrough or whatnot. But, Vinny, what order are you going to do the GBA Castlevanias? I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'll do the other ones. I do plan on eventually streaming Order of Ecclesia, which I almost did instead of this. but I kind of felt like doing this. This is also a shorter game, but yeah, Order of Ecclesia will definitely be streamed on this channel, on this web zone, but just not right away. But yeah, when this game came out, I was happy. It looked good, it played really good, it sounded good. It was just enough like Symphony that I loved it, but yet it had its own identity. Some people say that this game is better. Some people, you know, have more nostalgia for this one. I don't know. Symphony's my favorite still, but we'll see how well this holds up. The problem is difficulty. Symphony was too easy. I don't remember if this was too easy or not. I remember this. Circle of the Moon, the first GBA Castlevania came out, and the screen was too dark. The GBA didn't have a backlight, so you had to play the game with like a pulsar behind you, or a supernova preferably. Otherwise you couldn't see what was happening. So, you know, there was some good stuff in Circle of the Moon, but people complained it was too dark, and the visuals weren't as amazing. So then Harmony comes out. Harmony of Dissonance looks good. It's brightened, but the music... They, like, downgraded the sound chip that they used for that game. And even though the tunes themselves were good, it sounded not good. And then this has the best of both worlds with a healthy dose of Symphony of the Night. But yeah, the idea for this game is not only do you level up, but you also, if you didn't watch my Dawn of Sorrow playthrough, I'll explain it a bit. Oh, the pixels do look kind of shitty in motion. When I go down this... Oh, it's fine. So you have a chance to absorb the soul of the enemy that you destroy. And each enemy has its own unique properties. So for example, I can throw spears, and then for zombie I can put this on. Become stronger when poisoned. You can get bonitis from this dude. I believe I 100%ed this years ago, but I don't plan on doing the same thing for this playthrough. Another main reason, or major reason I'm playing this is Smash Brothers. The amount of Castlevania nostalgia has been kind of eating away at me the past month. I had to do it. I like that the lore reason for Dracula's castle looking different each time. Oh. Is actually just that Dracula is a crazy bastard and he wants his castle to look different every time. Dark magic, they say. I can never settle on one design. My interior decorator wants one thing and I want another thing. Little God brand. What is a castle? Also, like Mother 3, this game has a brighter color palette for the reasons listed earlier. Which is to say that the Game Boy Advance had a really dark screen. Well, not a dark screen. It was dark, but it didn't have backlight, so of course it was dark. This just, again, playing through this, it's nice that we have so many good Castlevania games to choose from to go back to, but playing through this kind of makes me sad that EAGA isn't with Konami anymore and he can't make another Castlevania game. Like, I really hope Bloodstained is good, and I have a feeling it's going to be a good game, especially if they're taking their time with it. I hope. I liked the demo. I thought the demo was cool, but the extra development time is going to come in, I think, nicely. But I'm, you know, whatever it is, it's a beloved, you know, spiritual sequel to a beloved franchise from a beloved creator. So of course I'm going to want it to be good. Curse of the Moon was great, but still, man, you know, I just had this thought. I was like, man, they should do a game like this with pixel art and put it on like Steam and the Switch for Castlevania. Just do another EAGA-vania with good music, maybe like $30 game. What's that game? Time Spinners? There's a game that kind of looks like Castlevania that's out on Steam. It's like a 6-hour game. It kind of looks like this. Time Spinner and Chasm. Yeah, Chasm though, that's a bit of a... It's a bit of a story that... I forget which channel I was watching. There's a YouTube channel that did a whole thing about what makes a Metroidvania game good, and how Chasm didn't quite live up to the expectations. Axiom Verge? Oh yeah, I've streamed that. I love that game. To me, Axiom Verge is a really good example of how you do an homage to it, like a game, and still make it your own. But, I mean, let's be honest, Axiom Verge is pretty much a fucking Metroid game. And I was very much okay with that. It was like John Metroid couldn't make another game and had to, like, genericize all the things. But I liked it. I didn't think it was the best game ever. It's not better than Super Metroid or Zero Mission, but it's good. Axiom Verge was boring. There was a lot of it. Maybe it could have used, like, a tighter pace, but I didn't think it was boring. Shadow Complex, that's a really good Metroidvania. I mean, I'm always open to other people's perspectives, and I respect your opinion that Axiom Verge was boring, but I respectfully disagree, as my opinion differs. But that's okay. The way I say that made it sound so cunty. I'm sorry about that. This brings us back to what I was talking about a week and a half ago. The Symphony of the Night project, where the dude is remaking Symphony of the Night. Like, the whole engine, the sprites, redoing the sprites. I can't wait for that. Whatever it is, I don't know what the hell it is, but how long until DMCA? How long until YMCA? I don't know. There's another Castlevania fan game that came out called the Lacard Chronicles, and it's actually really high quality. Haven't played it. Vinny, I think what you wanted on Steam might be Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I know, I played it. I streamed it. I'm talking about Castlevania, though. Like, something in the Castlevania series based on, like, this kind of style of Castlevania. Which Konami, I don't know if they're making games anymore. Does Konami, serious question, does Konami have any games in the works currently? Have they announced anything? Nothing. I know Pachinko. Let's not kid ourselves. Of course Pachinko's in the works. All these beloved franchises just being held hostage. For a GBA game, the visuals on this are really nice. The background sprite work is great. It's not that GBA isn't capable of cool shit. I'm just saying, this one's a particularly impressive one. Good animations, nice sprites. Remember Grimoire of Souls, the Castlevania mobile game? They haven't said a peep about it for a long time, suspecting it's cancelled. Yeah, it would be funny if the last game Konami ever put out was Metal Gear Survive. Which currently, that's what's happening. Every time I play a Konami game, this shit comes up, and it's just such a mess. It's heartbreaking. Just give up on Konami, there's no hope. You know, it's weird because on one hand you're right, and on the other hand they let Nintendo do whatever the fuck they wanted with the IP for Smash Brothers. Konami released a new Bomberman game. Oh, I'm not sure. I went through the Shrine Gate and boom, I was here. I see. Look at my eyebrows. Do they not look like bat wings? I'm a good guy. But isn't Dracula's castle in Europe somewhere? In theory, yes, but his true castle exists somewhere else. His true castle? Yes, it is well known. It is a well-known fact in the underworld. Do you believe in vampires? Oh, this dude's totally chill. Well, no. I thought the story of Dracula was made up anyway. Soma just killed a giant skeleton that was brought back to life. Soma is killing zombies, monsters, mermen, and he doesn't believe in vampires. For the course of time, Dracula has resurrected many times, when people lost faith and craved chaos and destruction. So you're trying to tell me now that Dracula has been resurrected? No, Dracula perished in 1999. You know the prophecy of 1999, don't you? In the year 2035, a new master will come to the castle, and he will inherit all of Dracula's powers. But that's... Yes, that time is now. They'd better get going. Is that all, then? Oh, yes, thank you. Farewell, and be careful. Hey, I have a couple questions. 1, how do you know all this? 2, how'd you get inside of an eclipse? 3, why do you look evil? 4, why are you, like, nutting over the discussion of resurrection? Oh yes, I suppose that will be all. Thank you for your help, strange man. It's a good thing Soma doesn't believe in vampires. So the last Castlevania game I streamed was Portrait of Ruin, for anyone who's new to the stream. And that was excellent. It was even better than I remembered it, actually. And it was the birth of probably the most well-known meme to hit my streams in the past 2 or 3 years. which is... Gay old horse! No, it was Meat. Vinny, Meat was born in Bloodborne. Okay, true, but I think Meat got more popular. There's a clip of me giving the Meat a vengeful face and a party hat during Portrait of Ruin, which is when I think it really started taking off, and I think Kraken raided me at that time, and that's when I started doing even more strange things to the Meat, like giving it Robertsons, and, yeah. Also, I'm being told now that Rondo of Blood was the last Castlevania game that I streamed. I don't know. I do know this. The last Metroidvania game of Castlevania that I streamed was Portrait. So that means I've streamed Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, Symphony of the Night, Bloodlines, Castlevania 3. Did I say Rondo again? Now I'm doing Aria, and Order of Ecclesia will eventually be streamed. I'm surprised I haven't found another weapon after all this time. Shit. God damn it. I'd like to also, yeah, I gotta do the backdash more often. I'd like to also stream Castlevania 4 at some point. Maybe around Halloween this year? I don't know. Vinny took no damage in this run so far. How do I do these things? How am I so good at video games? Vinny, you said the same thing 8 months ago and still no Castlevania 4. Yeah, it was a really busy Halloween for me. We did a lot of Spooktober. Vinny, why not Castlevania Chronicles? See, the problem there is it would have been more effective if you said, Vinny, have you thought about streaming Castlevania Chronicles? And then that would have been implanted in my mind as, oh, that's a game I might want to check out. Now it just feels like I'm, like, being an asshole. Like, I hate Castlevania Chronicles. Because I want to stream other games first. Alright, I might be looking into this and reading into it a little bit too much. Vinny, you missed armor? Really? That's what I get for being a snarky asshole, I guess. Okay, I really don't need to die at this point. Good. One step closer to death. I haven't hit a save point since I fucking beat that boss. Vinny, do you still have your copy of this game? It's kind of pricey on eBay. I do have it, yeah. Man, that armor would have come in really handy. Vinny, you're a cool person and I like you. Thank you, that's a nice thing to read. Vinny, you're a cool person and I like you, but why don't you like me? Please tell me there's a save point up ahead. Please. Still no. I'm interested in this. Ensnares enemies using a sticky web. Seems alright. It's a little bit of damage. Damn it, I need that. I don't know what that is. I want it. It's gone now. Really? Flea Man? Getting those library flashbacks from Symphony. This is the second time you jumped over an item and missed it. Really? The first ectoplasm dropped an item and you jumped over it. What the fuck is happening? How am I vine blinding so hard? Anyway, we got a save point finally. No, missing items is not okay. I don't want to miss items. Also, this sticky web uses too much magic. You've met Genya Arikado, right? Spoiler. Arikado might be Alucard. That's what I'm getting from that line. I don't know how true that is. Oh, you mean you didn't know that? Also, this might be the descendant of Sypha Belnades. I don't know for sure, but they have the same last name. Oh, no. Did I say something? What's said is said. Alright. Yoko just spoiling everything. I think I understand now. Thanks, Yoko. I may not use... I'm even vine-blinding words. I'm not used to being thanked by people. Have you seen someone named John Lennon. Liam Gallagher shows up in-game, gets a portrait. He goes, I am fucking John Lennon. New weapon. From 24 to 66. It's slower, though. Yeah, it's proto-Terraria. Look at the way the arm just, like, twists. It's not only slower, but you even get ending lag. Like, when you land from this thing, you get lag and you can't move for a second. Whip sword. Pretty cool. So it's more range, faster, less damage. Choose your poison. Can't dangle it, and you can't use it like Ivy's Roberts. Oh fuck, I just realized I walked into a boss room. Which, this isn't even a boss usually. In Symphony, this is just like a regular dude. Granted, it's a later on dude, and you got better armor that you never equipped. How am I vine blinding so hard tonight, though? Anyway, I'm thinking about organizing a festival. I just bought an island in the Bahamas, Vine Island. I don't have any particular outstanding memories of this game, aside from a glitch. Like, I remember just enjoying the game, I remember the weapons being cool, I remember, it was close to Symphony, but I do remember a glitch where you could go through walls using the Panther ability. Am I telling tales out of school? Is this correct? Not Panther. Or was it a bat, or... You can wall zip? Okay, so that is this game then. Note, Alucard's coffin in the background. There's a similar glitch in Dawn of Sorrow called the Succubus glitch. I think I remember that one. Desert, did you just say get Alucard a lozenge? Because Alucard's coffin? You're a real fart smeller, you know that? From one dad joke to the next. There are a lot of emotes in chat now. One of which is a gun pointing to the chat member. Also, isn't this the first Castlevania game to have a gun in it? Well, actually... The skeleton dudes, yeah. In Symphony and Rondo, they're the skeleton dudes with the guns, but they have muskets. This has a handgun. There's a positron rifle, too. Okay, I don't remember that. Do you mean the first one where you could use a gun? Sure. That makes more sense. The first Castlevania game where you could use a gun. Richter Belmont is back, and he's pissed! Just like a fucking vampire hunter game. But... just got like a fucking M60 with silver bullets in it. We'll call it, oh boy. Wait, maybe there could be survival elements, like you want to survive the vampire onslaught. So we could call it, I don't know, like, Castlevania Survive. Broadsword. One thing I do miss from Symphony that is not on most of these weapons. In Symphony, not all of them, but most weapons had a special attack, where you could do like back-forward attack and you get a special move. Also, I believe this was the first Castlevania game to have... See, in Symphony, most of the weapons were just, like, the sword, where you just, like... You know, I think there's a couple exceptions, but barely. But most of the weapons were like the short sword, where it would just attack like this. I think this was the first game in the Castlevania series, I could be wrong, where you could do shit like this, like you get Terraria animations. There were some card combos in Circle of the Moon that were overhead swinging swords. Oh, okay, there you go. There was a gun in Circle of the Moon. Could you use the gun? Well, it was a card attack, though, right? Yeah, I've streamed Terraria. Just at random intervals. Years ago. Streamed some of the multiplayer Terraria. I streamed a little bit of me building and just adventuring, but I like that game quite a bit. I don't know if I would return to it, though. Oh, spear. Spear's bad! Spear's bad! God damn it. Do I have a potion? Oh no, I just wasted a melon. I didn't realize that a melon was a full heal. Jesus. I wonder, let me see if there's... So we get enemy. One of the cool things about Dawn of Sorrow is having the enemy bestiary on the other screen, so you know, while you're playing, you could see how rare an item is. You could see what items they maybe drop. Game said a bad word. I wonder if there's an equivalent to the sword that I grinded from the dodo in Symphony. That the Nova Skeleton killed me after I got it. Yep, the rune sword. Someone said, where does a bastard sword get its name? Well, you see, son. Now, son. I don't know. What the hell did people do before the internet? I mean, I could look it up in 2 seconds, so could you. I remember I used to ask my parents questions. I was a curious child. I would ask them questions that they couldn't answer. And so eventually they just started making shit up. Think about how much shit was made up over the years before you could easily look something up. Where, like, say, you know, someone wanted, like, some parent wanted to be really, you know, like, they wanted to be a role model for their children. Like, they knew everything. Like, oh yeah, we definitely know everything. And you ask them a question and they just make something up to the best of their ability. And then that knowledge gets, like, passed down to generation. And then you find out that a knife thrown across the room doesn't actually kill spirits. Then you think about how much shit is still being made up as we speak. Shit will always be made up. But the truth is that, yeah, my great-grandmother had a knife called the Maloika knife. I've told this story on stream. Might have even been during a Castlevania stream, I don't even know. But the Maloika knife was, if someone was sick, my great-grandmother would, take this weird fucking knife out. It's like made of ivory and like volcanic pumice and like a fucking meteorite shard. Definitely not any of that, I'm lying. But it was this one knife, and the idea was you're supposed to throw it across the room and it kills the spirit. Whatever bad spirits are attached to you, kills them. So my grandmother carried on that tradition for a little while. And, like, it's a good thing no one ever got, like, seriously injured from this knife. My fencing maestro told us that bastard sword is a term more used by modern folks to specifically refer to Renaissance-era swords. Oh. Yes. Yes, it is. By the way... Hang on a minute. It really shouldn't match as well as it does. Alright. That's been settled. It's, you know, it's close enough. So that the music just starts up. There's a glitch you can do where you sell this man his own eyebrows as your X and Y coordinates, warping willy-nilly and maxing out your money. Yeah, I heard about that trick a long time ago. I don't know how you, I just don't know how people find this stuff out, really. I decided to open up my shop in Dracula's castle to make a couple bucks. There's like 7 humans in this castle. I mean, he got lucky Soma was actually interested in buying any of this shit. Otherwise, what would he have done? How could he have pulled off a shop? I mean, I guess he'd have to go back to ripping people off. It's unfortunate. But, by the skin of his teeth, he was able to open up a shop and become successful because one sucker, Soma Cruz, decided he needed to buy some stuff from him. And now Soma's the one that will get ripped off. I mean, those prices are just way too high. That's right, Jeff. He would have to put his blood, sweat, and tears into it to make any decent money. He learned good values from his father, yes. I believe. That's my theory about Hammer. How do I get that? Also, is that the Balmung? Oh, you can never be ashamed of what you love doing. No, there's a sword in the Castlevania series called the Balmung. Balmung. But we're not gonna be able to get that for a little while, so... Vinny, how does it feel to have a character immediately ruined for an entire playthrough? Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time. Does this retroactively affect the Dawn of Sorrow playthrough? The Balmung is Siegfried's sword from Norse mythology. Oh. I should have said, considering I'm doing a Mother 3 playthrough, I should have said, ah. Can we please not have any more single-digit temperature days, though? Like, I have a heater directly in front of me. If it stays like this, I don't know how it's gonna be. I think it's supposed to be better tomorrow. But I actually considered streaming under a blanket. You know what? There's no reason I can't do that now. It's a small one, but it's actually quite warm. It's like a fleece, kind of heavier, kind of blanket. I don't know, there's probably a name for it. So now I have a hoodie on, a blanket, and a heater pointing at me. It's like, yeah, it's like a weighted throw blanket. It's a really, really good one. Comfy levels are dangerously high. If I fall asleep on stream, just let it happen. Actually, I think you can get banned for that. Wait, can you get banned for falling asleep on stream, or am I conflating that with getting drunk on stream and passing out? No, you get an emote. Vinny, you're an old man in a retirement home. At the moment, I kind of feel like one, and both look like one as well. Also, this would have been a good game to stream yesterday, considering we had a fucking blood moon yesterday. But yeah, there is some weird Twitch thing about falling asleep on stream. I think it's just if you're drunk and you pass out. That's not good. Also, I did a little bit of research because I drink a little bit on stream, like once every couple weeks. I'll have like a beer, or I'll have something, whatever I have. Not enough to get shit-faced. Not even enough to get buzzed, really. And I'm drinking my water today, guys. My water. Strep wine, oh, my favorite brand. I found out they don't really give a shit if you drink a little bit on stream, but if you get drunk, that could be a problem. So I mean, this is, to the best of my ability, that's what I think is going on. Where if you get, like, shit-faced, then you're gonna have a problem. But you can say, like, oh, I'm having a beer. People still do drunk streams? I suppose so. I mean, some people have YouTube channels centered around them drinking and then doing something drunk. Drunk gaming. I mean, drunk history was the thing that probably started that. Red Letter Media, yeah. No, I wonder where the line will be drawn. Strange, I sense a dark power within you. Who are you? It is rude to ask questions before introducing yourself. Oh, so now Soma has got problems with Julius Belmont. He's got problems with the good guy, but he loves the bad guy. Oh, sorry. I mean Jay. Oops. His name is Jay, chat. It's actually not Julius Belmont. I think it stands for Germa. Anyway, that's right, Jay. Mr. Jay, why have you come to this castle? Call me Jay.
Mr. J. Hey, how you doing, Mr. J? It's me, Jay Leno. Oh, you got a J in your name, too. Welcome to the show. What do you want to do? You want to talk about cars?
I am filled with fear when I hear the name Dracula. I came here because of the prophecy. I also thought my memory might return. In fact, since my arrival, I have felt like my memory is returning. And your accident occurred in 1999? Maybe Dracula was involved. I fear you are correct, especially since I have magical power. Wait a minute, you lost your memory in 1999. It is now 2035. You look like you're about 40-something. This is just not adding up. I don't remember when I was 7. Honestly, I don't remember anything from, like, before 12. Like, barely, so I may as well be a different person. How old is this dude? He's at least 60? I mean, good on him for having not only a full head of hair, but, like, brown hair. I fear you are correct, especially since I have magical power. I mean, you have a new identity by now. But if you've, like, lived 35 years, that's more than you've lived before that. Sorry, I'm okay. This is a video game. I'm good. Okay, so I may be spoiled who that is. But I'm just wondering, though, like, you know... Why is he wearing, I just want to know why he's wearing stuff that you might have wore in 1670. Like, did he wear that to parties? How fun is this guy to hang out with? Did he wear that, like, casually all over the place? Okay, I may not be able to do... I may not be able to do the cream pies. But... hot curry. Yeah, that makes sense, Fred. I guess within reason, like having a couple drinks, getting a little loose, I'm sure is fine, but when you start getting belligerent, and you start, like, probably slurring badly and maybe passing out, saying some strange things, maybe at that point, the drinking would be a problem. I guess it's subjective. It's a subjective rule. I get it. I mean, it makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm wondering what the rule is on the wacky tobacco, if any, because that shit is becoming legal in many states, so I have to wonder. Probably nothing, right? I mean, if it's legal where you live, but maybe just don't roll a blunt on your stream. Like, hey, this is, Jimmy Vinesauce with, blunt rolling tutorial. Someone just said, I've literally seen people smoke crack on stream. Okay, wait a minute. It's not that I don't believe you. I'm going to be clicking your name so I can see your messages. Can you go into a little bit more detail, please? Okay. I can now see your messages. A, was it on Twitch? B, how many viewers did they have? C, did they get banned? Any detail you have. We have some friends that want to know. John Twitch is on the case. But don't tell me who they are. I don't need to know that information. I don't really care. I just want to know everything but who they are. It was on Twitch. They had like 100 viewers and climbing because someone started spreading the link to the stream around on Reddit. I know those Redditors, man. They're real, like, dangerous people. I was always told not to associate with them. Crackheads and the like, of course. No, but seriously, I get what you're saying. It's just the shocking, like, oh, this is happening, I have to go watch this. A more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Jumping while taking damage restores health. Dormage? But I feel like it depends on the substance, too, like, you know, like, if pot is legal in your state and you're streaming and you like, do like 30 bong hits to the face, you might zone out. I mean, you might fall asleep. I wonder if that falls under the same law. I mean, this is just conversational now. Like, I'm just talking to you guys like I would be having a conversation. I'm just genuinely interested. But I feel like alcohol can bring out the worst in people. It has the potential to do so. Sorry, drinkers. And I feel like this is a huge, gross generalization. But if we're doing generalizations, I would say that smoking, like, 3 giant bong hits to the face, you'd probably be talking about dolphins for a half hour. And about how, like, they were the people before people. And that you could swear that they have, like, connections to some kind of, like, subterranean alien race that's one day going to come back and visit us, like the movie The Abyss. Vinny, weed isn't DMT. I mean, you're right, but at the same time, man, I'm just saying, those dolphins are real interesting. Is your weed a mushroom? Just saying, it's real interesting. Also, DMT, you wouldn't even be able to speak. You're just, like, fucking, you blast off into space. This is... genuinely, I've not done that. I'd be too fucking terrified to do that, but, the documentary about it, you know, discussion about it, the machine elves, all the fucking craziness surrounding it. Mike Tyson recently came forward saying that he did DMT like 2 months ago. And he said it was like dying. And it was amazing, and he got, like, knowledge from it. Like, forbidden knowledge. But he doesn't know what it was. He got forbidden knowledge, he remembers it being a profoundly, profound experience. Yet, he wasn't able to remember, because it's like, you know, waking up from a dream, that kind of thing. He also bit a dude's ear. Yeah, but that was before the DMT trip. Here's a better question. What's Twitch's policy about talking about drugs? The death penalty? Well, it was nice knowing you all. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. It's not like there's any admins here. Oh wait, hello admin. Oh, I'm just talking about it. You know, I don't think it's a violation of TOS. I don't condone the use of any drug. Of course. Yeah, this isn't like a recommendation stream. This is just a discussion stream. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, Mike Tyson's also opening up a weed farm. Like he's like 2022. He'll be opening a compound in California where he could grow weed and sell it. Someone said, "I no longer understand the world we live in." Took you this long? I believe another Twitch admin has joined the stream. So, Mr. Twitch admin, I have to ask you a question. Am I in trouble? If you can hear me, blink twice. If I'm in trouble, blink once. Okay, someone earlier said I was on the front page of Twitch. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not. So we can have these conversations. We're good now. Vinny, what was your 2018 game of the year? I really can't choose. I did a little stream where I talked about it. Vinny, you're featured on Twitch. No? No, I mean, I thought people were saying I was featured earlier. Being on the front page because of the number of viewers is like a different thing. But yeah, I'm not in the featured category. That would be kind of embarrassing. We're talking about like fucking shrooms. I see some Robinsons up there. Videos you may like, and they're two of my videos. No, I did a video about my favorite games of 2018, and I really couldn't choose any one game. I think I had the most fun playing Monster Hunter at first. Monster Hunter World. That game grabbed me like an addiction for a while. And then I would also say Smash Ultimate, I still am addicted to that, so that definitely counts. Then again, it's just a really good Smash game, so it's, you know, of course it's up there for me. And then, Slay the Spire is up there as well. Vinny, I just refreshed and you actually are featured. What the fuck is happening? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the front page. And you're correct, I am. Hello, fellow viewers out there in video world. It's me, Vinny Vinesauce, your friendly neighborhood streamer, here to tell you that drugs aren't cool. You shouldn't do drugs. You can discuss them with your friends, or maybe your local priest or rabbi, or community steward, but I definitely wouldn't recommend doing them. Someone in chat said, you don't need drugs to have a good time, they just really help. Don't listen to that viewer. If everything is going right in your life, 100% of the time, you'll have a great time in life. And that's easy. You know, moments like this brings me back to the wise words of a very wise man. Super Mario. He said, you go to hell before you die. And as we all know, Super Mario played Captain Lou Albano in that commercial. I heard girls just want to have fun today. At my local deli, where I was getting coffee. And I was... Whenever I hear that song, I can't help but think of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Because Cyndi Lauper was in the Super Show, and I think Captain Lou was her manager. So every time I hear it, it brings me back to that fucking weird basement. And it is a really entertaining show to this day. You can still watch the Super Show and enjoy it. It's not good. I mean, when we were kids, or when I was a kid, when it was on... It did the trick. Now it's just kind of, you know, the campiest of all things. But the guest stars are fun. Watching Captain Lou have minimal lines while Danny Wells does all the heavy lifting, that makes me happy. The cartoons are just filled with references. It's all just like fairy tales and movies and pop culture shit. The animation errors are amazing. These dancing areas with the dancing ghosts. They're just always here. There's every fucking Castlevania game. There's a dancing ghost. Doesn't matter how many times they get killed. Doesn't matter how many times Dracula gets killed and his castle gets destroyed. They keep showing up. They keep dancing. Those ghosts are the suckers that go back to the Fire Festival. Like, they went the first night, they slept in the shitty tents, and then the next year they're like, hey, we're doing Fire Festival again. It's gonna be hot. and then they go back to it. There's a segment in that documentary, the Fire Festival documentary, that enraged me. And it was some dude who said that he got there, and the idea is the tents were all shitty. They were like small tents, and they only had shitty beds in them, and there was like mud getting in them. And this one dude was saying that he didn't want to share a tent with anyone. Him and his friends didn't want to share tents. So him and his friends went into all the adjacent tents, poked holes in them, stole the mattresses, and in some cases pissed on the mattresses so that other people wouldn't have to be next to them. I mean, this isn't quite the level of blending beavers to get an entire population of a town sick, but it's close. Well, it's not really even close. It's just scummy. They weren't rich. Well, the idea was, from what I understand, the Fire Festival, they advertised it, like they made it viral on social media by paying influencers like myself to talk about it and post pictures. And the idea of this festival was that you get to hang out with celebrities and you watch these concerts on an exclusive island that they bought in the Bahamas. Apparently, they bought, or they were going to buy Pablo Escobar's island, and it was this remote island. And they had one rule from the Pablo Escobar estate, which was don't say that this island was owned by Pablo Escobar. That's all they had to do, and they would have been able to keep this private island. In the first tweet they made, in the first video they made, or the first Instagram post they made, they said it was Pablo Escobar's island. And thus they got banned from the island. Who? I think he was a drug lord. Yeah, this documentary is just a testament to human stupidity, in my opinion. It's wonderful. This enemy looks like something you'd see on like a MS-DOS stream on a Sunday. As like the main character. Mesmerizes the enemy. Oh, okay. I thought Soma Cruz was mesmerizing enough on his own. Escobar was the drug lord. Vinny saying Escobar was a drug lord is like saying the Beatles were just some kids who had a band. Fair enough. That's a good analogy. It's something that I've been aware of, but I never seen nothing like it. Yeah, I never did the research. We will rock it. Vinny, go to bed. Yes, that's correct. What is this thing? This little meat. Does this have a good soul? His soul gives you a discount at Hammer's shop. Well, maybe he'll dig himself out of that hole next time. Vinny, in Japanese mythology, the Tsuchinoko has a double jump and likes to drink alcohol. Oh, okay then. Alright then. Alright then. Mythical snake proven to exist by Soma Cruz in 2035. Alright then. It was in Snake Eater as well? 2 years is a long time. You're practically a different person in 2 years. Many of the cells in my body have died and regenerated into something new in the past 2 years.